Okay, number 51. Studies show that there are parts in the body that have lost their usefulness and which may later disappear. What are these parts called? Letter A, fossil, B, extinct, C, residual, D, vestigial. So, ang tawag sa mga parts ng isang organism that lost their usefulness and then later nag-disappear are vestigial structures. So our answer here is letter D, letter D, vestigial or vestigial structure. 52. What is the distinguishing characteristic of Homo sapiens over the lower mammals? A, large brain, D, endoskeleton, C, blood vessels, D, sensitive skin. Okay, so example of lower mammals are pigs, ano pa yung mga mammals? We have pigs, bats, kangaroos, yan sila. So, yung mga animals na yon does not have a sensitive skin ba? Meron din silang sensitive skin. And also, they have a cardiovascular system. That means, meron din silang blood vessels. Meron din silang endoskeleton. Okay? Yung distinguishing characteristic natin sa mga lower mammals is the letter A, large brain. Okay? Homo sapiens have large brain. Malalaki yung utak natin compare sa kanila. 53. What is the purpose of Republic Act 8749? Is it A, prevent rather than control air pollution, B, promote air pollution management, C, utilize sustainable development, and D, all of the above? Okay? So ano ba yung RA 8749? RA 8749 is also known as the Clean Air Act. So yung answer natin dito is all of the above because the Clean Air Act includes the prevention rather than the control of air pollution and also the formulation of air pollution management and the utilization of sustainable development. So, again, remember this Republic Act, Republic Act number 8749, also known as the Clean Air Act. Number 54, the relationship that exists between insects and flowering plants is called A, predation, B, parasitism, C, mutualism, and D, commensalism. Na ano ba yung ginagawa ng insects kay plants? Si insects kumukuha ng nectar or food from the flower of the plants. And then, while they are getting their nectar, nakakadala din sila ng pollen grain ng plants. So, yung pollen grain ng plants mapupunta sa female part ng flower and then yung plant na yon is ma-fertilize siya. So, meron silang both of them benefit from each other. So, ang tawag doon is mutualism. 55. Why is incineration not favored as a method of waste disposal? Letter A, releases corrosive and noxious gases. B, requires large energy expenditure. C, expensive for a country like ours. Or D, needs more than power to exert. Ano ba yung incineration? Sa Bisaya or sa Tagalog, pagsusunog ng basura. So it is not a favored method of waste disposal. It's because it releases corrosive and noxious gases. Yung carbon dioxide. Masyadong maraming carbon dioxide yung ma-release niya na nakakasira sa ating environment or sa kalikasan. 56. What causes our bones to turn brittle? A, turning into a muscle tissue. B, increase in flexibility. C, removal of collagen. And D, turbidity decrease. So our answer here is removal of collagen. Ano ba yung collagen? So the collagen is the most abundant protein found in our body. So it provides structural support to the skin and provides support and elasticity to connective tissues such as cartilage, bones, tendons, and ligaments. Remember, our bones are connective tissues. So If we lessen the intake of collagen or the level of collagen in our bones, so mag-brittle yung ating bones, magabok ang atong bukog. Number 57. Which would you advise children to prevent osteoporosis? So ano yung osteoporosis? Yung pagkakuba and then yung sakit niyan sa buto or in the bones. So alam natin to, high school lang tayo tsaka elementary, we know already that adequate calcium and vitamin D strengthens our bones. 58. Which type of muscle tissue found in the walls of our stomach is responsible for the process of peristalsis? Letter A, striated. B, cardiac. C, smooth. D, voluntary. Now let's talk about types of muscle for a short while. So we have three types. First is the skeletal muscle. So it is made up of long and striated muscle fibers attached to the bones. It is multi-nucleated with cylindrical cells. It provides voluntary movements. So when we say voluntary movements, kailangan pa ng nerve impulse para gumalaw ang muscle nito. Example nito is yung muscle natin sa paa, sa kamay natin. So, hindi naman, hindi yon yung mga muscle na nakikita sa ating paa at sa kamay, hindi sila gumagalaw ng walang impulse from our brain. Okay? Or signals from our brain na kailangan siyang gumalaw. So it contributes to posture and heat production. The second one is the cardiac muscle. Cardiac is located in the walls of the heart. It is striated. It has a branching structure. It is uni-nucleated, meaning isa lang yung nucleus niya compared to skeletal, which has many nucleated. And it has a structure known as intercalated disc. It initiates a quick response in delivering an impulse from one cell to another. It is an involuntary muscle. When we say involuntary muscle, gumagalaw sila without any impulse or signal from our brain. Kaya while we sleep or habang tayo ay let's say for example, we are doing something, hindi natin iniisip na paggalawin yung heart natin. It's because our heart moves on its own. Nagpa-pump siya on its own. Okay? Kaya ug dili na siya mag-pump ang heart, mamatay na ta. Wala nang magpa-pump ng blood natin. So, the third one is the smooth muscle. So, smooth muscle is a spindle-shaped and non-striated. It is located in the respiratory system, hollow visceral organs, and blood vessels, excretory and reproductive system. Also, yung smooth muscle is involuntary. Okay, it does not require any signal from our brain for them to move or to work. So let's go back to our question. The question is asking which type of muscle cell tissue found in the walls of our stomach is responsible for the process of peristalsis. Now our answer here is letter C. Why? It's because our stomach is an example of a hollow visceral organ. So our answer here is letter C, smooth muscle. Yung muscle na nasa walls ng stomach natin, which is responsible for the process of peristalsis, is called smooth muscle. 59. Which of the following causes our nose to run when we cry? Is it A, tears enter the duct to the nasal cavity? Is it the lungs releases water vapor? C, mucous glands are activated? And D, sinuses releases. So ano ba yung ibig sabihin that our nose run? Hindi ibig sabihin nun na tumatakbo yung ilong natin. Ibig sabihin nun that when we cry, mayroon ding sipon na lumalabas sa ating ilong. Why? It's because our tears enter the duct to the nasal cavity. So, if you observe, yung mga sipon natin while we cry is clear. Okay? Kaya clear siya, it's because it's basically a tears from our eyes na pumasok doon sa nasal cavity natin. So, it's not really a kanang sip-on, but it's a tears. Okay? Kaya, feeling natin sinisipon tayo kapag umiiyak. So, our answer is letter A. 60. Which part of breathing occurs when diaphragm muscles are pulled downwards, thus increasing the chest cavity? Is it A, release of energy, B, release of gases, C, expiration, or D, inspiration? So, expiration is also known as exhalation. Inspiration naman is also known as inhalation. So, our answer here is inspiration or inhalation. Why? Okay, so if you observe, no, if we inhale, we take in oxygen to our nose and then to our lungs. So, pag mag-take in tayo ng oxygen, meaning yung diaphragm natin is magpo-pull downwards. And then, if you observe, if you inhale, your chest cavity expands or mag-increase yung chest cavity nyo. Yung dibdib nyo, pag nag-i-inhale kayo, parang lumalaki yung dibdib nyo. It's because air enters our lungs and then yung diaphragm muscle natin is being pulled downwards. Okay? So, answer is letter D. 61. What organs cause high concentration of calcium in the blood? Is it A, liver and pancreas, B, pituitary and testes, C, thyroid and parathyroid, and D, pineal body and thymus? Our answer here is letter C, thyroid and thyroid. Bakit? Because thyroid releases calcitonin, a hormone, which lowers calcium level of blood. And also parathyroid releases a parathyroid hormone, which increases calcium in the blood. So, si thyroid naglo-lower down ng calcium level sa blood, while si parathyroid nag-i-increase ng calcium level in the blood. So, our answer is letter C, thyroid and parathyroid. Also, thyroid and parathyroid are glands. They are part of the endocrine system, which is considered the endocrine master gland due to its influence on the activity of all the other glands. So, pag alam nyo yung endocrine system, you will know that the master gland is the pituitary gland. It is located in our, just below our brain. Okay? 63. If a trait is controlled by a gene that is located in the X chromosome, it is classified as blank. So we have, humans have 46 chromosomes. It's the normal number of chromosomes, which is yung tinatawag natin na diploid state of chromosomes. So we have 46 a number of chromosomes. 44 of that are autosomes or body chromosomes, and the last remaining 2 chromosomes are sex chromosomes. It's either XX for female and XY for male. Now, when we say a trait is located in the X chromosome, meaning yung trait na yon is a sex-linked trait. Okay? Again, if we say a trait is controlled by a gene that is located in the X chromosome, that means that trait is a sex link. Kasi makikita lang yan sa mga sex chromosomes na gene. Okay? Number 64. The number of autosomes and type of sex chromosomes normally present in the human egg is blank. Now again, the normal number of a body chromosome or a body cell is 46 chromosomes. 44 of that are autosomes, and the remaining 2 is sex chromosomes. So, ang question natin, ilan daw yung chromosomes normally present in the human egg? Okay? So, remember, diploid human cell contains 46 chromosomes. 44 of that is autosomes, and 2 are sex chromosomes. Now, egg human cell is a haploid cell. So, when we say haploid, it means there are only 23 chromosomes. 22 of that are autosomes and 1 sex chromosome. It is X if it is coming from the egg, and Y if it is coming from the sperm cell. Now, our question is asking about the egg cell. So, our answer here is 22 plus X. 22 autosomes, and then 1 sex chromosome from the egg cell, which is the X. 65. A female who is a carrier of color blindness marries a normal male. What is the probability in percentage that their child will be colorblind? A 25, B 50, C 75, and D 100. Okay, color blindness is a sex-linked recessive disease. So that is why more males are colorblind, because they only have 1 X chromosome compared to females, which contains 2 X chromosomes. It is a sex-linked recessive. Okay, a sex-linked recessive. It's because dapat sa dalawang allele siya present para ma-express yung trait niya. Okay? So, in our question, yung mother is a carrier of color blindness. When we say carrier, isang X chromosome lang niya ang mayroong gene ng color blindness. Yung isa is normal. And then, yung husband is a normal male. So, walang gene ng color blindness sa kanyang X chromosome. Now, the question is asking, ano daw yung probability or chance na magkakaroon sila ng anak na colorblind in percentage? So, in order to answer this question, we need to use the Punnett square. And then we will cross their alleles or their genotypes so that we will know kung ilan yung percentage na magkakaroon sila ng anak na colorblind. Okay? So, if we cross this, there is a possibility na magkaroon sila ng isang anak na babae, which is a carrier of colorblindness na gene. Meron din silang chance na magkakaroon sila ng isang anak na babae, which is a normal female. Meron din silang chance na magkakaroon sila ng anak na normal na lalaki. Okay, normal. And also, meron din silang chance na magkakaroon sila ng isang colorblind na lalaking anak. It's because even though it's a recessive disease, pero sa lalaki, isa lang yung X chromosome nila. So, may express talaga yung colorblindedness kahit na isa lang yung isang chromosome lang yung nag-carry ng gene ng colorblindedness. It's because the other chromosome is Y. Okay? So, we have here X, female carrier. Ito yon. And then, affected female. Pag dalawa na yung X na mayroong gene ng colorblindness, meaning yung female na yon is affected na siya. Colorblinded na siya. And then si male, which is this, affected male, mayroon siyang gene ng colorblindness. Pero pag walang gene ng colorblindness sa kanyang X chromosome, meaning normal siya. So we have, they have a chance to have one child out of 4 na magiging colorblind. So 1 out of 4, that is 25% out of 100%. Okay? So the probability or the chance that they will have a colorblind child is 25%. 66. 3 brothers have blood types A, B, and O. What is the chance in percentage that the parents of these states will produce a 4th child whose blood type is AB? A, 100, B, 50, C, 25, D, 0. Now, blood type groups are examples of multiple alleles, no? We are talking here about genetics. So, ABO blood groups are examples of multiple alleles. Now, in order to answer this question, gagamit pa rin tayo ng Punnett square. But we don't know the genotype ng parents ng tatlong brothers na to. So, we only have, the given that we have is, mayroong 3 brothers na tag-iisa, mayroong blood type na A. Si brother 1 is mayroong blood type na A. Si brother 2 mayroong blood type na B. And then si brother 3 is mayroong blood type na O. And then, ang hinahanap natin is yung percentage na magkakaroon sila ng 4th child or magkakaroon sila ng brother 4 na magkakaroon din ng blood type na AB. So, ang gagawin natin dito is magta-trial and error tayo in crossing the genotypes of their parents. So, hindi natin alam kung ano yung genotypes ng parents. So, ang gagawin natin, magta-trial and error. So, ito yon. If a type A person, pag mayroon, ang isang tao is a type A blood na person, yung genotype na it's either masusulat in this form, A, or isa lang yung A. It's antigen ha, meaning sa blood niya or sa red blood cells ng tao na to, mayroong antigen na A, type A. Okay? And also si B, pwede siyang isulat into BB or BI lang na maliit. Si type AB, ito lang, isa lang yung pwedeng isulat sa kanya. So ang tawag ko dito is homozygous A and then heterozygous A. Homozygous B, heterozygous B. So when we say homozygous, meaning both of the alleles are identical, meaning parehas lang yung dalawang allele. Okay? Si type O naman, yung maliliit na I, dalawa. Homozygous na O. So wala kasing antigen si type O na blood. Si type AB meron siyang AB na antigen. Now if we use trial and error, let's say for example our mother here is homozygous A and our father is homozygous B. Yung possibility or yung probability na magkakaroon sila ng 100% na blood type AB yung mga anak nila. Okay? 100% blood type is AB. So, meron tayong 100% pero wala din silang chance na magkakaroon sila ng anak na A, B, at O. Because in our question, yung mga anak nila is mayroong blood type na A, mayroon din blood type na B and O. So, hindi lang AB. So, ang hinahanap natin is dapat mayroon silang anak na type A, type B and O, and then type AB sa kanilang Punnett square. Okay? Next, how about AB si mother, and then B si father, homozygous B. Okay, meron silang isang AB, dalawang AB at saka dalawang B type. So, walang O, walang A. So, wrong pa rin. How about B si mother, and then O si father. So, magkakaroon sila ng 100% na heterozygous na B type ng blood. Mali pa rin kasi walang A, walang B at saka walang O. Merong B pero walang A, O at saka AB. How about heterozygous A si mother and then heterozygous B din si father? So, okay. So, magkakaroon sila ng AB na anak. Meron silang chance na magkakaroon sila ng AB na anak. Isang A and then isang B. And we also have O. So, ito na yung answer natin. Okay? So, magkakaroon na tayo ng they have a probability na magkakaroon sila ng anak na 25% A yung type ng blood nila. Meron din 25% na O. Meron din 25% na B. And meron din 25% na AB. So, yung iba, kung gamitin natin lahat yung combinations ng mga genotype, possible genotype, so mali pa rin. Okay? So, our answer here is 25%. Okay? That's it. Tapos na yan. Mali pa rin yan. Ayun. Ito din. Isang example pa rin ng ito yung tama talaga na combination or possible na genotype ng parents natin. Ang mother is either the mother or the father is a heterozygous type A and heterozygous type B. Makakaproduce sila ng 25% na chance na type B yung anak or 25% na chance na type O na anak, and they also have 25% na a chance na type A yung anak, and then they also have 25% na type AB yung blood type ng kanilang anak. So in our question here, mayroon silang tatlong anak na mayroong iba't ibang blood types A, B, and O. So that means mayroon din silang 25% na magkakaroon sila ng anak na type AB. Okay. So, remember this. So, yung phenotype ni blood type A, ito yon. Yung genotype niya pwedeng isulat ng ganito or ganito. Si B naman, pwede siyang isulat ng ganito or ganito. Si AB, isa lang, at saka si O. Yung antigen na present kay blood type na A is A. Kang B naman is B. Kang AB naman is both A and B. And then kang O is wala. So, safe na i-transfuse si blood type A kay blood type A din. And then kang blood type AB. Okay? Pero, it will only accept ng blood donation from a donor which is also a type A or a type O. It's because kung gagamit ka ng type B na idodonate mo kay A, mamamatay si type A which is the recipient because yung antigen nila is not compatible with that of A. So mag-aaway yung dugo nila. To be specific, yung white blood cell natin sa katawan, pag nakakita sila ng isang antigen na not identical sa ating antigen sa ating red blood cell, ilahan ng atakihon and then they will kill it. They will kill the red blood cell containing an antigen not identical to that of our blood. So, just remember that the universal donor nga blood is si type O because we can donate type O to any blood types, either AB, or AB or O. Pero makadonate lang ta kang O o blood kung O lang pod siya. So gamay ra ang pwede mo donate kang O, pero si O pwede siya makadonate sa bisan kinsa nga blood type. And then si AB naman pwede siya makadonate sa bisan kinsa nga type of blood. Okay? Pero ang pwede i-donate lang pod sa iya ha is AB ra pod nga blood. Okay? So that's it. Just memorize these things because it will come up in your LET exam. 67. What microbial organisms are used in the creation of genetically modified organisms such as Bt corn? So Bt corn, Bt short for Bacillus thuringiensis. It's not Bacterium tumefaciens, it's Bacillus thuringiensis. Si Bacterium tumefaciens is a bacteria found in the soil also. Pero nag-release ito ng toxins. So it's a harmful bacteria in the soil. Si Bacillus thuringiensis is not a harmful bacteria. So it is used in creating a genetically modified organism such as the Bt corn or the Bacillus thuringiensis corn. 68. What instrument has a flexible scope that is used to examine the esophagus and the stomach? So, ini-examine na yung loob ng esophagus and stomach. We have the endo meaning inside scope, endoscope. Endoscope yung answer dito. 69. Which of the following pancreatic fluids is responsible for the breakdown of fat? Ano nga ba yung fat? It's a lipid. So yung enzyme na magbe-breakdown ng fat is the lipase. Okay? Because si fat is an example of lipid. Now how about the chymotrypsin or the trypsin? These are enzymes that break down proteins. And si amylase naman kay carbohydrates. 70. What is the function of the lymph? A. Transport oxygen. B. Contains fibrinogen. C. Enables the blood to clot. D. Protects the body from infection. Now, the lymph is part of our immune system. So, it protects us from infection. So, our answer is letter D. 71. What is the major problem involved in organ transplant? So, pag mag-transplant yung isang doktor sa isang pasyente ng organ, ang tinitingnan ng doktor is yung antibody at saka antigen na present both sa donor at sa recipient. Dapat compatible yung antigen at antibody nila. Kasi kapag hindi compatible yung antigen at antibody nila, mamamatay lang yung tatanggap ng organ transplant. It's because our own body, our own immune system will kill that organ. Kasi it's not compatible with your body. So our answer here is letter D. Through what part does the embryo obtain its nourishment from the mother? So ano daw yung parte na nakakubit or nakasumpay sa mother o sa embryo or sa developing child or embryo in the mother's womb. So, ang tawag ana is kadtong pusod nga gikan sa atong tiyan as a baby nga nakakonect sa uterus sa atong mother. Ang tawag ana is, ang pusod is umbilical cord. Okay? 73. What cycle shows the continuous movement of water from source to the atmosphere and back? So movement of water continuous, it's a cycle, so it's hydrologic Hydro meaning water. Hydrologic cycle. 74. Which is the correct food chain? A. Ants, rice plant, cat. B. Corn plant, mice, cat. C. Mice, cat, corn plant. D. Rice plants, ants, or corn plant. So, it's very easy guys if you know kung saan dapat ilagay si predator or si prey. So, in a food chain, yung predator or yung kakain is always nasa right side. So, our answer here is letter B. Si cat, kakainin niya si mice. And then si mice, kumakain siya ng corn plant. So, always remember in a food chain, yung predator or yung kumakain is always nasa right side. Say for example, si corn plant, ang kakain sa kanya si mice. Ang kakain naman kang mice is si cat. How about this choice letter A? Ang kakain daw kang ants is si rice plant. Ha? Pwede ba yun? Kumakain ba si rice plant ng ants? No. Ang kakain daw kang rice plant is si cat. Herbivore ba ang cat? Hindi. Say for example, letter C. Ang kakain kang mice is si cat. Okay, pwede. Ang kakain kang cat is si corn plant. Hindi pwede. So, mali. Ang kakain kay rice plants, si ants, hindi pwede. Pwede pala. Ang kakain kay rice plant is si ants, pero yung kakain kay ant is si corn plant, hindi pwede. So again, in a food chain, yung predator is always at the right side. Yung kakain nasa right side. Si cat kakain ng mice, si mice kakain ng corn plant. Ganyan lang kadali. 75. What is the benefit obtained from greenhouse effect? A. Serves as thermal blanket. B. Speeds the growth of plants. C. Allows release of heat energy. Or D. Serves as source of light effect. Ano ba yung greenhouse effect? Ito yung effect in which the greenhouse gases produces. Yung greenhouse gases kasi guys, in our atmosphere, it will trap the heat or the heat energy from the sunlight that is reflected by our planet. Okay, let's say for example, during the day, yung Earth, mag-a-absorb siya ng heat energy from the sun. And not all heat energy from the sun is ma-absorb ng ating planeta. So, some of those energy will be reflected or mag-bounce back siya back to the atmosphere. Pero, ang gagawin ng mga greenhouse gases like methane, ozone, water vapor, or carbon dioxide, ang gagawin nila is they will capture this heat energy. Kaya, mayroon tayong global warming. It's because of greenhouse gases na tumataas yung level ng greenhouse gases natin sa ating atmosphere. Kaya umiinit yung klima natin sa ating mundo. So, ang effect ng greenhouse gases or ang benefit na nakukuha natin sa greenhouse effect is it serves as a thermal blanket. Mura siya kasi kapag walang greenhouse effect, napakalamig ng ating planeta, or the earth will be colder without greenhouse gases or without the greenhouse effect. Pero pag nasobrahan naman, masyado namang iinit yung klima ng ating mundo or in our world. So the benefit that we can obtain from the greenhouse effect is it serves as a thermal blanket.